Hey, yo, let's all... sorry, look, I'm going to be completely honest with you. I've just had to calm Zach down. He was raging, and look, for the podcast listeners, he's a big, muscly dude. He's taller than me. He's musclier than me. He's got better hair. Like, his face just shuts all over mine. Like, quite frankly, he's quite the upgrade to me. And I had to calm him down. And do you know how I did that? Do you know how I did that?
Well, no, Ben, we can't talk about that on a public level.
God damn it. I feel dirty.
This is Hack The Dino Gaming Cast. We're bringing the past, present, and future of video games, news, previews, and discussions. And we're focusing more on the discussion this episode as old Sabbath joins us in a bad and angry mood.
Oh, mate. Oh, I'm getting fired up just thinking about it.
Yeah, if it was possible to go Super Saiyan, you'd be at what? Blue level? Or you go in Ultra Instinct?
Over 9,000.
He's over 9,000!
Over 9,000!
Dun, 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 dun,
The
dun.
Ultra Instinct song slaps so hard.
Have you seen the Ultra Instinct queued up with the Aladdin song?
No.
We'll play that for you after.
Yeah, we're going to... We've
excellent.
ruined that song for Ben.
No, I love it.
Oh, you're into it? Good.
Aladdin's my
I need
favorite
some-
Disney cartoon.
I'm going to need something to calm me down after this, all right?
Yeah. Oh, no, it might get you more fired up.
But what are you fired up about, Zach? Tell us some of the things that you're angry about.
Ubisoft.
Yeah, well, that's fair.
PlayStation.
Okay, yep. It's cool.
Garbo games being released.
Yep.
That's pretty much it. Terrible internet service providers.
There it is.
Yes, them. Yeah, yep. What about cheese? How do you feel about cheese?
Mate, I'm a big fan.
Big fan of cheese?
Mate,
Yep.
got some shaved parmesan. You know, shaved parmesan is actually surprisingly high in protein.
Really? It smells like feet.
Yes, I agree. That's why I never ate parmesan before. But then I started putting it on my spaghetti bolognese, and it slaps. And it's
Who would have thought hundreds of thousands of a culture could have been right about something?
Turned you into the man you are today.
mate, 18 grams of protein per per 100 grams of cheese. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
that's absolutely why video game people listen to this podcast
Yep.
for protein facts.
For my,
look at this!
fitness
Look
tips.
at this! What is this? It's as big as my head, and I've got a big head. I'm super arrogant,
That's what happens when you hurt your knee. It becomes an upper body business, brother.
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 We're also going to talk about Zach spoiling that he's winning the RCW title next show. What can you tell us about that, Zach?
I never said I didn't spoil it.
Yeah,
I said if I don't win, I'm retiring.
No, you said you were winning.
I did not.
You said that you were in the booking meeting, and you said you'd walk out.
No.
You take
No,
your
no,
talent. No, you said
I
you would
said-
take your talents where they are wanted.
I
If you
said-
don't get that strap,
If I do not win,
don't bother booking me if I'm not getting that strap. Was your exact words?
I did not. I said no such thing. I hope I lose. I'm getting old.
Just getting clipped out, getting sent straight to Basso. He's on it.
Put me out of my misery, please. But yeah, I said if I don't win in the tournament that I'm in, I'm retiring. 18 years, gone. That's it. It's a
Just
wrap.
like that. Just like that.
Yeah.
But just as wrestling as Zach Sabbath, no one said anything about Slack.
Jack Sabbath.
Slack.
Zach Jabbath.
Mabbath. Black Sabbath. He's going to come out as Ozzy Osbourne.
Whoa.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Yeah,
Biting
can't
heads
wait
off
to
all the
get
bats.
sued.
Yeah, and if you'd like to get sued,
Listen to me. I'm going to get this podcast in some deep trouble later.
It's okay. We're changing the name.
now, I've mentioned a couple of times that we're doing a little bit of a rebrand, a little bit of a rethink, a little bit of a spit and polish. And a polish, if you will.
No, stop. No.
What?
Take it back.
Take it back. A tap on that one. That's nope. That's a no for me.
Is it because it's lame or because I insinuated that I was spitting on a penis?
No, I don't care about that. It's just cringe.
I mean,
That woman does not deserve the fame that she got. It's horrible. It's just
cringe. How the right wing monsters in America have claimed it. It's weird.
It's because they've never done it. Little known fact, Republicans shoot cobwebs because their gear doesn't work.
Thwip.
No, not even thwip, just
Oh.
just a cloud of and it just slowly floats to the ground. Anyway, that's a good way to start the show. We're rebranding, and I won't be talking about that stuff anymore, so we can't be sued.
good call.
I can reveal that we will be revealing the new name. So we're going to keep the name Hack the Dino as sort of the collective. The collective of people. HackTheDino.com will still be up and going. But the podcast will be renamed to something different, which we will reveal next show when Floppy and Anto are back. We are going to be changing things up. We will be probably streaming live on YouTube from now on. We're going to give that a crack just because I think it's a little bit more appropriate for the type of show.
For a podcast like us,
Yes.
it all being on the one place makes a lot of sense.
It does. So we will be streaming there, and then I think, what's the plan, Braden? We will still cut up the episodes and upload them?
Yeah, so the plan is seemingly... So next episode that we do will be the finale of Hack the Dino. It'll be sunsetting the Hack the Dino Gamescast, Critical Path, whatever the fuck Ben calls it whenever we
Heaps
do
of
it.
things.
Over the
SEO,
years.
baby.
And so it'll be the last of that. It's the extinction of the dino.
That's right. Giant meteors coming down.
Yep. And then we'll be revealing the new name. We'll be like, hey, go tell your friends. Go jump on this new account that we're on. And then, yeah, so it'll all be on podcast services still under that new name. But we're going to be... it is a new feed because...
It will be a new feed.
Yeah.
New feed, new YouTube channel.
But for the start, at least, we're going to put the new episodes of the new show on the old feed so that people have time to, change over and not miss out and stuff. And yeah, we're gonna be putting in a little bit more effort to people want to do more streams, as you may have seen Anto doing some Pokemon Nuzlocke runs.
As soon as we can get Floppy's lighting fixed,
we're
Floppy wants to stream as well.
Floppy's apparently telling me I need to go over and fix the whole lighting situation. I got to go into Floppy's den and move everything around.
Just crack two while you're there.
Nah, that ain't happening.
Shine a black light. It turns into Jackson Pollock.
Floppy's had enough of that in that place. But yeah, and I think Ben and I are both gonna try and we're gonna go at it from both sides, and we're
still talking about Floppy's face.
We're gonna try and edit together more clips from streams and clips from the show, and put them up on socials, as well as I think the plan is basically if there's any like sudden gaming news or gaming thoughts that people have of the crew, obviously, not just like randos sending us their opinions.
I was thinking the other day.
But I think the
what's
idea...
the deal with sandwiches?
If something comes out and we want to talk about it, but it's still like a week and a half until the next episode of the show, we want to be able to talk about it. So we're going to be able to put up clips up on socials and on YouTube Shorts of, hey, here's Floppy. This news came out. Floppy's really excited about it. He wants to talk about it for a minute. He can do it there. And Ben and I will edit together.
I swear to everyone, if you've seen any of Floppy's shorts that he's been on, I will teach him to look at the camera on the phone and not himself.
Oh, bless.
I swear. I will do a little bit of media training with him.
That's so good. Old man yells at clouds.
Very much. It's old man yells at his pixel
like,
fold
God,
or
I'm so
something.
handsome, looking deep into my eyes.
Floppy does have a fold. Doesn't he have a fold phone still?
Yeah, he's got one of those flip phones. And
Not a flip. He's got a fold, the big like book
yeah,
one.
but either way.
He looks like he's pulled out a small Bible.
Yeah.
But yeah, so...
But exciting times.
It should be a bit of fun.
Yeah, I think like I've often said numerous times, my biggest regret with naming the show was calling it something that meant nothing. Because guess what? People don't search for it.
Smack the Rhino.
Yeah, so this is our chance. Hack the Dino isn't going away as a name. As I said, hackthedino.com will still be our website. That might be reworked a little bit, or I might just leave it because, it's a lot of work. But yeah, Zach,
Also,
what do you think?
Websites are expensive and stuff, so like I believe Ben is reworking the Patreon as well.
Oh yeah, I certainly am.
So we're probably gonna
simplify that.
We're gonna simplify it all.
3 tiers.
Make it nice and accessible, and
3 tiers.
that should hopefully help us be able to put a bit more time and energy and that money towards making things better, which will be cool.
And Braden's working on the new look.
Yeah, I mean, so far, seemingly Ben seems to like it.
I do. My only comment would be brighter colours.
Yeah, it's yeah.
More brighter colors.
Yeah. Brighter colors, we say, as we have like bright fucking yellow as one of our main logo colors.
Yeah, with purple. It's great.
Goddamn.
Bright, vibrant colors. My only instruction to Braden was make it look as Tron as possible.
Oh, no, Michael, no. Hack the Dino.
How did you guess the name?
Zach, what do you think about that? What do you think about the relaunch? Do you think it's a good idea or a bad idea?
I think it's a great idea. Very excited. I don't know what Hack the Dino meant. I'm happy to be here. It's been a lot of fun. This is generally one of my favorite podcasts to listen to, except when I'm on it. I can't listen to it then.
That's going to be a pity because we want you on a lot more.
That's great. I can't wait to have nothing to listen to. It's going to be great.
Yeah, I'll give you some recommendations.
I'll give you a recommendation.
Podcasts.
And this is amazing. It just came out to a miniseries podcast by Jamie Loftus, who is a comedian and journalist over in America. You may hear her sometimes on Behind the Bastards. She's just come out with a brand new podcast. Episode 1 dropped today. I think it's called The Legend of Sword Quest. Now, do you know what Sword Quest is?
No.
Braden, do you know what Sword Quest is?
No idea.
So this is even before my time. Sword Quest wasn't a game on the Atari. It was 4 games that were supposed to come out on the Atari. And the prizes were, for the person who defeated or got the highest score on the first episode of Sword Quest, got like at the time, this is the 80s, a $20,000 pendant.
What?
Then the second game, they got a $20,000 crown. And then the third game, they got a $20,000 something else, like Jewel Encrusted. This is when Atari was at their height, their cocaine-fueled height.
Yeah.
If you sort of solved everything, the 4 people who beat the 4 games then competed in a game in order to win the Sword of Ultimate Sorcery. Like, that's what the quest was about. It was about this sword. And this sword was valued in the 80s at about $50,000.
Good Lord.
It never happened, though. 3 of the games came out. The 4th one never did. And then people have no idea where that sword went. It's like a mystery. Like, it's a physical thing because it was owned by Warner Turner, I think. Yeah, Warner Turner owned Atari.
What?
And
Warner
they also
Turner owning something and doing something completely fucked up and weird with it? No.
Wait for this, Braden. Not only did they own that, they also owned a mint, which is how they could get all this stuff done, which they bought from all the profits they made off Atari.
Jesus Christ.
As in like a mint, a thing that makes money.
Yes. Well, like collectibles. It was a collectible mint.
Right.
Like they make the collectible thumb things or gaming coins or stuff
Right.
like that. But anyway, they did that. And yeah, it's an amazing story. I've been obsessed with it. I actually have the first Sword Quest game in my games room. Funnily enough, the 75th anniversary game that came out on Atari's 75 years, that came out this year, they actually had a copy of the 4th Sword Quest game on there. Like, that was never released. And I still need to buy that so I can actually play it. But hugely in-depth reporting. This has been a story I've obsessed with for years and always thought, man, I'd really like to make a podcast about that, but it takes a lot of time and research. And thankfully, Jamie Loftus, who is very, very good at what she does, has brought out this podcast. So I recommend everyone listen to The Legend of Sword Quest.
After you listen to this.
Yes, of course.
And Millennial Movie Talk.
What's
Hey,
this, Braden?
thanks. This is a podcast I was going to recommend to Zach, who shat on the floor at my wedding. It's a great true crime podcast.
Yeah. All right.
Braden, aren't you getting married towards the end of the year?
Yep. Don't do it at my wedding, Ben.
Who knows?
Yeah.
Who knows?
Real mystery.
Who knows? It could have been floppy.
That's right.
Why is it ginger?
Zach, that's not how the body works.
I'm just going off by our good friend Davey Damaged.
Oh, well, okay.
Well,
Well,
check out his podcast if he wants some real depravity.
okay. So we're going to talk about Game Club next show because it was Anto's game and Anto chose it and I haven't played it yet. So too busy playing Astrobot. So next show when Anto's back, we'll talk about that. But there is a topic that I did want to bring out and it ties into the spectacular failure that was Concord. And that is, I put to you, ladies and gentlemen and everyone in between, that games as a service are dead. That's it. They're done. Nothing bar Destiny and Destiny 2 has gotten off the ground and had any kind of longevity and hasn't cost their respective companies and developers a butt ton of money.
World of Warcraft.
Fortnite.
Fortnite, Overwatch 2, League of Legends,
Overwatch 2.
Dota 2, Team Fortress 2,
All right, so new
Valorant.
So let me refine.
Deadlock.
New
Deadlock.
ones. Yeah, but that's not out yet, so we don't know if it's successful.
It's going to have the
only
most incredible alpha and beta ever.
All right, so what am I
And
missing
then the
here?
second 1.0.
What am I missing? Why do I think that? But I'm clearly not in the
No,
right.
they just need to not suck.
Is that what all it is?
Yeah, this game blows chunks. Like, here's the thing: when you make a game that's not targeted at the audience, like for this type of game, it's gonna flop. Like they tried to make a game for everyone when they needed to aim it at sweaty nerds who play online shooters. Like it was doomed to Avengers kill the Justice League.
See, I would play that.
Like the combat was clunky, the character design was god fucking awful.
We're talking about Concord, yeah?
Yes, Concord, yes. Like, it had so many problems. Like, there's a reason why at launch it only had 600 players. Like, it wasn't, like, absolutely dick all advertising. Like, look at those characters. Who there, like, look at, like, the color palettes, everything. Who there stands out to you as, like, being, a over-the-top, like, badass character? Like, I look like I can see that person down the street.
They were on screen 10 seconds ago, and I have forgotten all of them.
Yeah, exactly. Like, what really makes this horrible flop so much funnier is the devs saying it's not us, it's the people who play the game's fault. It's everybody else's.
Why is it everyone else's fault?
Exactly.
So it's everyone else's fault because now, as has been publicly said nowadays, this game was in development for 8 years. And I think its problem, and I think the core of this that you're coming at, Ben, with is games as a service dead. Is it struggling? Is it dying? I think it is because games as a service, in its core values, you can't really do many of them. Like,
No, well, like Anthem, Concord,
Suicide Squad, Kill the
Suicide
Justice League.
Squad, Avengers.
Yeah.
Like, these are big properties. And what you're doing is people who don't actually play a lot of game as service games, like me, all I'm seeing is that, yep, another one's failed. Yep, another one's failed. Yep, another one's failed. And it's like, well, why do you keep doing this? Sony's already come out and said they've got 5 on the boil, and they've just pulled one after a week.
Yeah. So very interestingly on Sony's part there is that was the whole, hey, we're doing fucking 12 games as a service, live service games coming out soon, or we're in development. And that was with their previous boss, who I can't remember his name. Was it Herman Schultz? Herman Holst or something?
Let's call him Schultz.
And then their new boss has come in, basically, and I wouldn't be surprised if they have completely backflipped on, like, everything other than Bungie working on Marathon. And even that, I don't know how they're feeling about it. Because I think this was one of the points that you were going to bring up before your conspiracy theory.
Oh, yes, my conspiracy
Because Sony are in a very interesting place with Concord this year, because they just had Astrobot blow up, and that is a small team. I was just hearing on a podcast recently, it's a Team Asobi is a 60-person development team. They're super healthy production environment by all accounts so far. And it was a 3-year development cycle. So 3 years, get a 15 to 20 hour game that's getting 10 out of 10s.
Yep.
And in that same year, they had Helldivers 2, which came out of nowhere, blew up, went massive, is one of the most successful, like, online service games because they've developed this hilarious, like, fourth wall breaking Twitter community.
Phenomenal game.
And the game itself is great, but the live service aspect of it works so well with the plot of the game.
100%.
Which is genius.
It was a game targeted at that kind of audience, people who play that type of game.
Extremely.
And it was made well. But the downfall of Helldivers should also be studied because Sony completely balls that up by being absolute
One move.
dead shits.
What'd they do?
Oh, let me tell you a story, Ben.
Oh,
So,
good. I like
good.
stories.
Helldivers 2 was blowing up. Everyone loved it. It's fantastic. I loved it. It was great. And then at the start, right, they said that you'll need third-party login to PlayStation Network. Okay? They said that you're going to need that at the start. But it was never implemented. Okay? You never had to log into PlayStation Network in order to play the game. Now, this is where they really fucked up and completely buried their game. They, out of nowhere, locked it down and made it so you had to log into the PlayStation Network in order, after this game had already blown up, in order to play. So Sony got greedy. Problem is, PlayStation Network isn't available in 130 different countries who were able to purchase this game ahead of time.
So they just killed their game.
Yep.
So they basically brought it upon themselves to just get absolutely Steam review bombed.
Yeah,
and
they-
get refund requests out the wazoo.
Yep. So they went from almost everything was positive to like, and it wasn't the devs. It's not on the devs.
Yeah.
It's purely Sony. And their reviews literally on Steam plummeted to the 97% negative.
Who is making these decisions at Sony?
That's a
Which
great question.
money grubby little communist bastard?
Wait, what?
Other one, capitalist bastard.
There you go.
Thank you. I got the C words wrong. Which cunt is?
That's the C word that I was coming up with.
What is wrong? Like, stop! I know you have to think about money, and I know you have to survive. But you know, earning $1 billion, you don't need $2 billion. Have $1.5 billion.
Yeah.
Spend $500 million on thinking of someone else.
And this is what, and the best thing, this is where Sony have like they played a little gotcha, because the review bombs worked. Sony announced that they were going to remove the third party, but
Too late.
But they still locked out those 130 countries. You could no longer buy the game in those areas.
Really, they locked them out.
Yep. That's what the whole PlayStation Network thing was doing, and they just made it so those people could not play the game. So they said they were going to change it, and then they didn't. To the point where the developers added a cosmetic cape of the actual reviews, the review line on Steam of Helldivers. So it went from blue to orange.
That's gold.
The devs were fighting Sony on it so hard. They put so much love and work. Problem is, it then came. Unfortunately, Helldivers, the devs ran into their own problems after that with terrible balancing patches. So the whole point of this game is that you have to work together because it's bullshit hard. And anytime a gun started doing well or started being favored, they nerfed it into the ground. Instead of bringing other guns up to meet it, they nerfed it into the ground. So anytime people are starting to have fun with a weapon, they nerfed it. So they don't know how to, unfortunately, because they're noob developers, they don't know how to balance the game. So it went from Sony fucking them over to them fucking themselves over to now Helldivers is dead.
So is it the fact that the concept of games as a service is still a good idea, but because it's either too early in its infancy or too early in its beginning stages, it's been around for 15 years now. Mm-hmm. Is it that the companies are just trying too much and not succeeding, and we're just, because of the age of social media, people are reposting and responding more to flops than they do? Because we all know people complain more than they compliment. Mm-hmm. Don't I know it? So is that the fact that we think that games as a service are dying, or is, what am I missing here as someone who doesn't play these types of games?
Or Michael Town's oversaturation, not knowing your market properly, and thinking just because a game's got live services, automatically going to generate money. The most successful game, like live service games, are generally free to play, pay to look pretty. Like Overwatch 1 did well. It had
Fortnite.
a $40 Fortnite, 100%. You pay to look pretty, but the game fundamentally is fun. I think it sucks, but a lot of people have fun with it.
It is fun. Do you know why? Because no other game on this planet can I go, I'm the Green Goblin now. Now I'm sexy Ryu. Now I'm Kratos.
100%. Fortnite have done really, really well making just a fun game you can just enjoy.
Yep.
Right? They've done a great job, 100%. Battle Royales are not my bag. That's not for me. So I get that people enjoy it. That's awesome. And the fact that they marketed it so well, a shooter, so well at kids, because there was absolutely no violence, no blood, no gore, no nothing. It's pretty much just shooting particles and they explode into fireworks. It's genius. Like they again knocked it out of the park, and the pop culture references. Everyone loves pop culture references. They've done a great job.
I will die on this hill. Originally, it had a really good meta storyline. It was the storyline when they had like the Seven and all that. I was in deep with how good it is.
Ben was
here we can
watching
see
lore videos, 100%.
that classic scene where Aang, the Avatar, the bastion of peace and balance, blows someone away with an Uzi.
Did you not just see Indiana Jones
But he
blasting
shoots
Uzis
people.
at Kubra?
He actually shoots people.
I know,
With
but
the
it's
Predator
great.
like shoulder gun. That's great.
That's War Machines.
Even okay, cool. But yeah, live service games need to like not suck. That's the best way I can put it. Destiny 2 has its ups and downs, has its issues, same as World of Warcraft. But fundamentally, like they pretty much strike a chord with like at each part of their player base, where they got PvP, PvE, lore enthusiasts, collectathons. They have everything. They have everything in that, especially in like D2 and World of Warcraft style games. But games like Concord or like the hero shooters. The only reason Overwatch 2 is still being played is because it's free to play. Otherwise, it would have died. If there was a price tag on Overwatch 2, it would have 100% died. Dead in a ditch.
It is very funny to look from the outside at what is happening with, for reference, IGN just re-reviewed Fortnite the other day. So this is footage from their video there. I find it very interesting because I think we all remember maybe like 5-10 years ago, everyone was complaining about microtransactions and money in games and like purchasing and blah, 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 all that crap. But the culture and what has actually happened when it comes to games as service and the success stories we've seen from that is that they've built a community where the second there's a price tag above $0 for entry, you're not going to get a community behind it. We just saw
100%.
it with Concord.
Absolutely.
It was a $40, I think $40 US game, and no one cared because they couldn't. There was no easy, accessible way to be like, hey, you should jump on this and try it with me and try and hook you in, because that's exactly what Fortnite and all these other games have, is that, hey, anyone can just jump in and try it. And, ooh, what's that? They've got a Darth Vader skin. I'll drop $10 on that. And then all of a sudden, you've spent $500 on Green Goblin and all sorts.
Look, I'm all for pay to look pretty. Now, here's something that you guys aren't MOBA fans, so you won't know this. So League of Legends dropped a skin recently, which is the most scummy, disgusting thing I've ever heard of as a microtransaction, right? So they were celebrating the greatest player in League history. His name's Faker, right? He's been in the most world finals. He's been part of SKT1, which is his team, has won the most world championships. And they made a skin celebrating him and his favorite character. Guess how much the skin was, Ben?
$50.
$500.
Jesus.
$500 for this skin. And you know what the best part is? Part of Faker's shtick is he does not play with skins.
What?
Oh, wow.
Faker had the only time he's played with a skin was by accident. He was looking through them and accidentally locked it in. He has not played with skins. He hasn't even played with his own skin. It's a $500 purchase. Yeah, on Ari. That's the one. SK. Watch this. This is absolutely phenomenal. I think he actually gets caught here. This is not the best. Oh wait, no. Does he get out?
I have no idea what's happening. I've never understood
Just watching
MOBAs.
Ben just glaze over.
Yeah, okay. That's not a good. He got ganked there. That's not the best one. But yeah, Faker has made some of the best plays in League history. He's an absolute god tier player. He's got his whole shtick is the unkillable Demon King, like he's the final boss of a Japanese RPG.
That's an awesome,
Yeah, that's his moniker, the
That's
unkillable
ridiculously cool.
Demon King.
Cool. I like it.
But yeah, a $500 skin is what they released, which is the most gross, disgusting.
Do you know what I think's gross? My conspiracy theory as to why they pulled Concord.
Hit us,
let's hear it,
Ben.
Ben.
Here we go. You ready?
Besides the fact that it sucked.
Here we go. Well, see, they knew it, but they also knew that they need a little bit more dev time. But of course, they've got shareholders who they have responsibilities to. Didn't put a lot of marketing into it because the budget wasn't really there. So, what are we going to do? We need more time. We need more marketing. We have to please the shareholders. What can we... Boss, hear me out. What if we release it? It gets a turd review. But people start talking about it again. Oh my God, Sony put this game after a week. Sony, what is Sony doing? Concord. Have you heard about this Concord? Oh, look, it's even got a stupid name like that. Failed plane. How Concord. They pull it. They go, don't worry. There'll be more about Concord later. And then down the track, a couple of months after I've had a little bit more dev time, a little bit more time to play around.
After the episode of Secret Level?
Possibly after the episode of Secret Level, they go, Concord's back, baby. Free to play. And because of all the marketing and all the hullabaloo that was put in around it, hullabaloo. Guess what? They've got a whole heap of free marketing. People are eager to try it to see what an absolute despot of a game it is. But oh my gosh, because they've had more time to work on it, it's a good game now. Boom. There you go. It's all the work. 4D chest.
You know what? If that actually happens, I'll be very surprised. The problem is with your theory. Now, you do not troll the deep cesspit that is Twitter.
God, no. I left there as soon as, what's his name?
Now, the devs
Pelon Busk.
have been absolutely flaming out anyone who criticizes this game because we're the problem, as I said earlier. Now, a lot of people now, this isn't my stand. Now, a lot of people have criticized this game as being too woke. I'm not entirely sure what the fuck that means.
Oh, no, I care about other people. What a bastard.
No, this is where they made a mistake. Not that it's being too woke or any of that stuff. The fact that none of the characters, as I said before, look interesting. The whole point.
What are you talking about? He's got scales and spines.
They
That's
pretty much
interesting, right?
wanted characters that look like average Joes. People don't want to be average Joes when they play a game. They don't want to be like just someone like plain Jane looking thing.
You say that, but Jonesy in Fortnite has got blonde eyes and blue hair. He's like a Nazi poster boy.
Yeah, but no one cares about Jonesy.
Yes, they do.
I never played as Jonesy.
Majority of their skins are based on Jonesy.
Like maybe, but it's the skin that's the problem. Like they dress him up to make him look interesting, to make him look fun, to make him look cool. But yeah, there was nothing to this game. The gun combat was clunky. Like they literally did not design anything interesting. Like all
That's
of
what
this
I'm
stuff
saying.
has been done before.
Yeah, they've just done that because they were on a crunch and they needed more time after 8 years and they had to please the shareholders.
And $100 million, and this is all they could come up with.
Yeah, so this just buys them more time and they look like heroes when they bring it back free to play and everyone wants to play it again.
If they were going to do that, they probably shouldn't have been burying the entire hero shooter player base.
But that's how you keep the conversation going, is by being negative. We said previously that, people will cast criticisms more than they will compliment.
Yeah.
So to keep the conversation going, you flame people so they keep coming back at you. So the conversation, the Concord's still there. It's still this running joke. It's still this point of interest.
Maybe. But
This is actually the first challenge in this new South Korean reality show that's on Netflix called The Influencers. In which the first challenge is, all the influencers, all 77 of you are in this room. You have to accrue likes and dislikes from your fellow crew. And they're all trying to get like the most likes and stuff. Some of them are just being quiet to kind of avoid getting any dislikes or anything. One of them
Just go full dislikes.
One of them snaps and figures out, oh no, this challenge is not about getting the most likes. We're influencers. We just need to be getting attention.
Correct.
So they start making everyone hate them. They get a bunch of dislikes. They survive the challenge.
Yep.
They don't get cut.
Because you notice in that sentence you said there, Braden, most likes or dislikes. Yeah.
Attention.
That's it. It's all about attention.
look, the original point I was trying to make is that if you make a game that's targeted at everybody, nobody's going to play it.
If everything's special, nothing is.
Yes, like, or if this case, if nothing's special, then nothing is.
If everything's meh, you've just got a meh game.
Yeah, like it's just garbo design, like on a fundamental. Like there's like nothing's innovative, nothing's new, nothing's polished, nothing's like different. It's just literally, it's the embodiment of.
I think it's great that the background extras from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 got new work.
Yeah, I'm glad they finally get there. That's what they are. Every character in this game looks like an extra.
Yep.
You nailed it, 100%.
Now, Zach, I have enjoyed your raging boner tonight. Just ripping apart anyone. You want to go all in and talk about Ubisoft for a bit?
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm just going to
put up some footage of Star Wars Outlaws, and I'm going to go grab a drink or something.
I called this, and you guys are like, oh, I don't know. I think it's going to be good.
Well, I haven't played it, so I have no comment.
Oh, let me tell you some things about this game. This game is called Star Wars Outlaws, except you legitimately cannot be a fucking outlaw.
What do you mean?
The only people you can mug are cops.
Oh, sounds good.
Hell yeah, that sounds awesome. You just got me on board.
So you can't do any outlaw shit. So you can't even aim your gun at local wildlife. Like the graphics are beyond, like they're below Red Dead Redemption, not Red Dead 2, Red Dead Redemption levels.
Woof.
The gunplay is hot garbage. Like the whole fantasy was that you're meant to be this lovable rogue, but you have walked the line of chaotic good and neutral evil. Like you're meant to be an outlaw, and it's just nothing. It's so fucking shit. This game dropped Ubisoft stocks 13%.
Wow.
Oh, now it's 11% now. That's how much this game sucks. Like when you hear Outlaw, everyone's thinking, and I know I am, you're thinking Red Dead Redemption, where you can do whatever you want. You can walk the path of good, you can walk the path of evil, as long as you're getting the job done. I wanted a Red Dead Redemption, more maybe less open world, more streamlined Red Dead Redemption in space.
Mm-hmm.
And you get this cute, fartsy, no outlawish stuff. Like, just, they dropped the ball so hard. And I knew it's Ubisoft. I knew it wasn't going to be great, but I did not think it was going to be this horrendously bad. The only cool thing about this is if you point your gun at your little critter here, and you pull the trigger, you go bang, and he plays dead. That's it. That's the only thing.
So, what makes it so bad? Like, try and boil it down for us. What makes this game make you see the Ubisoft? And is this is it this game, or is it your anger because of Skull and Bones and the lackluster Assassin's Creeds we've sort of had? People worrying about Assassin's Creed Shadows. They haven't.
The looming lawsuit.
What for? What?
Oh, did you not hear that the absolute horrendous feedback they're getting from Japan about the so-called history that they're basing their game on? I haven't got the actual links about it, but yeah, there was talk of lawsuits and everything.
Really? Because the Black Samurai was an actual person.
Yeah, it did, but they've completely changed it and butchered the story.
Really?
Yeah, they're not happy about it.
Yeah, well,
culture, it's horrible cultural appropriation is what they're calling it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you don't do that with Japan of all places.
Again, I don't have any of the fact checks with me. I do apologize. There's probably more to it than I have, but this is just stuff that I've read, and kind of went past. But yeah, Japan not happy. But yeah, it's just not fun. Like Ubisoft's great at making games that just aren't fun, especially in recent times.
Oh dear.
Yeah, Jesus Christ. That's the first thing that comes up, is it?
Yep.
Wow. Gross.
How old's that news?
That's from the last decade.
Yeah.
Yes,
right.
very good. But yeah.
So sorry for the podcast listeners. One of the brothers who founded Ubisoft has been accused of sexual misconduct.
Yves Guillemont? As perpetuated a lot of bad workplace culture at Ubisoft.
Yep. Very Blizzard of them. But yeah, they had an IP and everyone wanted to be Han Solo, and it's nothing. Like, you can't do anything fun. Like, I wanted to be like, if I played this game, I would want to be an outlaw, like have the option to get a wanted level like GTA or something, and
So
have
basically,
everyone
it's a
come at me.
lack of options.
Yeah,
It's
they
what,
took away everything.
too
Any
linear?
choice.
Too linear? Or?
No, that's not even that. It's just they don't give you the choice to do anything. Like as I said, the only people you can, only citizens that you can mug as an outlaw or steal from are police. Which, take that as you will. Again,
I think you've actually made it make sense to me as to why this game has not clicked to anyone, because this game, it sells itself as being, hey, it's like Uncharted style in space, but it's got these open world bits, blah blah blah, very Ubisoft. You've hit the nail on the head where you hear Star Wars Outlaws, you think about what you want a game called Star Wars Outlaws to be. You're right, it is Red Dead Redemption style.
yeah.
And it not delivering on that front very much, I completely get why people are so disappointed in it. And again, as much like Ben said earlier, I haven't played it either.
Yeah, like
Do you own it, Braden?
Nah,
Oh, you were really excited about this.
I know.
So
Yeah.
Floppy's the only one of us who has actually played it.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
again, like there are people out there that are going to like this game, and that's absolutely fine.
Floppy will.
Floppy will,
Guaranteed Floppy
100%. Like, there might be a there might be a pretty niche, cool, like pretty decent story with it. Like, the character might have a bit of charm to her, but it's not what. If you watch the trailers, it's not what they promised. But yeah, as far as considering this is on a next gen console, it is. Yeah, I've seen better games on the PlayStation 3. Like, better running, better looking games on the PS3. It is so far beneath what PS5 and the new Xbox is capable of. Like, there is no, like, to me, like, it's got some redeeming qualities, maybe, but, yeah.
Do you think this is somehow tied to, again, coming back to shareholders, these companies needing to announce stuff in order to get shareholders excited to pony up more money, but they're not taking the time to actually make a good game?
Maybe. Absolutely, maybe. I think people are, but it seems like they're just afraid to let people make choices that might cause some offense. Like, you can't.
Well, I mean, that's why indie games are so good now, because this is where you get people who take risks. I mean, from what I'm hearing and what I've seen, one of the major problems with Outlaws was it's just a basic game.
Yeah, it's super, super basic. And yeah, just, you expect to be able to do outlaw shit while being an outlaw, and you just can't do any of it.
Yasuke, that's his name. Yasuke.
Yeah. Like, this should have been, like, by all accounts, Assassin's Creed in Japan should be awesome.
People have been asking that for ages.
Like decades.
Yeah. And we finally get it, and
they're shit in the bed.
people are worried about it. Why are people
100%.
worried about this game? Besides the lawsuit.
Well, besides Japan genuinely despising what the story that they're telling with it, I don't know, like, all the gameplay in the trailers are just looking super, super jank.
Right.
Like,
But
again,
I mean, that's not... When's it launching?
well, it's sponsoring AEW at the moment.
Oh.
So soon.
Okay. Right. But, okay. All right. Well, what do you think this means for Ubisoft?
Buy low, sell high.
Like, for a game to plummet your stock by 13% is, like, that's got to be historical, right?
Well, I mean, it means the board of directors will be sitting down having a conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, talking about how many people they can lay off.
Well, yeah. And the top brass will be one of them.
We hope.
When was Ubisoft's last hit?
Oh, that's a good question. Do we want to go look at their releases?
Because all I'm hearing recently, really, is Ubisoft sort of shut the bed a lot more than they've gotten out and changed the sheets.
Probably Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
All right, let's look here. We're going to be sorting by release date. We're going to ignore the to be announced. Okay, I've pulled up this. So let's have a look here. Whoa, that's bright white.
No, that's just me, Braden. Oh yeah, Beyond Good and Evil.
Beyond Good and Evil.
What happened to Beyond Good and Evil 2?
Oh,
remember
bless.
that? Remember that trailer?
What do we got here? No. Oh, the Prince of Persia people liked. That's
the one that released this year.
yeah, the Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown. People like that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's hey, Skull and Bones, guys.
Quadruple A game.
Avatar, guys. Did anyone talk about Avatar?
Floppy did.
Did he? I don't even remember our Floppy talking about it.
Space Far Cry.
Oh.
What was the game we were talking about just then? Old man memories kicking in. I don't know. Before Avatar. I can't remember.
Prince of Persia.
Prince
Beyond
of
Good
Persia.
and Evil?
Beyond Good and Evil. Prince of Persia. It's gone now. I had a point. It was a heaps good one too that blew this case wide open. Just Dance. Well, they can't even do Just Dance anymore. The Wii's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, Scott Pilgrim versus the World.
Far Cry's generally do well.
Immortals Phoenix Rising.
Even that was just a meh. That was just a Zelda ripoff.
It was.
I don't think they've brought out anything truly innovative in a good long time.
Like from what I understand, Odyssey and Valhalla, like those Assassin's Creeds, they do well. Apparently, the last Assassin's Creed they made went over really well because it was kind of like a return to their roots. Even though I've never liked
Mirage.
I've never liked Assassin's Creed at all.
Same.
Like I was so excited for Black Flag for being a pirate game. And then the sci-fi element just ripped me out of it completely. I'm like, I had no idea, literally no idea that Assassin's Creed was a sci-fi game.
Yeah, I think that was the last time they used that Animus, wasn't it?
It was one of... Well, no, they still kind of reference it a little bit. I haven't noticed it in recent games, though. Good news, though, Zach, because Ubisoft did release a pirate game that you might enjoy. It's called Skull and Bones.
Skull and Bones. That's what I was going to say.
You know...
Quadruple A, like, that just means how much money they're spending on it, right?
The decisions that they made with this game.
Zach Smash.
Because the ship combat in Black Flag is so much better than Skull and Bone. Like, the whole point of Skull and Bone was that they wanted to make a multiplayer version of the Black Flag ship combat. And one of the things that made that ship combat so good was the fact that you can get the fuck off your boat and fight, which they've completely removed from Skull and Bone. It's just World of Warships.
Mind-boggling.
But not as good.
Ship happens.
God damn it, Ben. If you want a pirate game, play Sea of Thieves. It's so much better.
I would like to play Sea of Thieves, but no one will play it with me. And on that bombshell, it's time to play Quiz on Your Face. I haven't mentioned this yet. I'm going to rename the quiz as well, by the way.
Whoa! Oh no, Ben! Don't do that.
Yep, something really, really surprising. I'm renaming it. It's going to be renamed.
I come for quizzes.
Actually, knowing the name. Okay. Oh. Okay.
Oh, you see what I'm putting down? You see what I'm putting down?
I'm picking up what you're putting down there, Ben.
Look at that. There's synergy.
That's good.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so at the end of last episode, we had Jazz on 1, Angie on 3, Zach, you're on 4. I'm just above you on 6. Braden on 13, Anto on 14, and Floppy on 19.
I listened to that. That was some bullshit. Because I'm here so little, I should get double points every time I get something right.
I'm okay with this.
Excellent. Watch me absolutely not get anything.
Man.
So, just to change things up a little bit, as many of you may many might know. Do we know? You might know. Oh. I don't know what that voice is. Is it Michael Crawford? Yeah, it's Michael Crawford. Some others do have them. I go out retro hunting. Part of Super Retro Squad. While I was out retro hunting at the Brighton Markets the other week, I came across this little book.
Oh my God, look at it.
Oh no,
Now,
that's your video game IQ.
For the podcast listeners, yes, I'm holding up a book from a library called Test Your Video Game IQ. It is a book full of multiple choice video game questions. Oh my God. So from now on...
Ben, can you open the front of that book and tell me what year that was published?
I sure can. It was published in... Nope, not on that page. Nope, we're straight into the quiz there. Oh, my eyesight's gone.
Would you like me to look at it, old man?
Hey. Oh, no, sometime in 2000. But it does say Xbox 360, PSP, Game Boy Advance,
PlayStation 3.
PlayStation 3, and
Okay.
PlayStation 2.
I'm getting a sense of when this is.
2010s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So for one of the quizzes, one of my quizzes, I'm going to flick through the book and get Braden to say stop, and I'm going to stop on that page. And then I'm going to look at how many questions there are, and I'm going to ask Zach to pick a number between whatever numbers are on that page, and Zach will pick that, and then that'll be the question that I ask.
All right.
All right, ready?
Let's do it.
Here we go. So some ASMR for the podcast listeners. Braden, say stop.
Stop.
Okay. Zach, please choose a number between 128 and 135.
133.
133. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a good one.
Okay.
In early Pokemon games,
Oh no.
the Poke Flute could A.
Okay.
be used to jam along with the Poke Guitar, Poke Drum, and Poke Bass.
Oh hell yeah.
Poke out an eye if you were not careful with it.
Is this written by Ben?
Hey, I'm much funnier than this. C. Make neighbors complain. Or D. Wake a sleeping Pokemon.
Zach.
Oh, I didn't finish Zach.
Nah, Zach can.
All right, Zach. You can
I
have it.
respect it.
It's D, because you wake up Snorlax.
Correct. All right. So, Zach, that puts you on
nuts.
6.
Because I played Pokemon Yellow, baby.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
So there we go. There you go.
I was 7.
I didn't even have to look up the answer for that.
Yeah,
in the back.
damn. Ben, you just got no work you got to do anymore. You just got it right there. That book's paid for itself already.
It cost me $2.
Oh,
That
okay.
was great.
Maybe jump on the Patreon if you want to help cover the cost of Ben's quiz book.
That's a tax write-off. It's fine.
Wait,
Okay.
we can claim this on tap.
I've read this book 1,000 times.
Oh my god.
Here we go. Next question comes from Dylan the Villain. And Dylan asks, if you enter the famous Konami code in Ratchet and Clank 3, up your arsenal, what will happen? A. It'll make the game harder. B. It'll unlock all the weapons and all the outfits. C. It'll make you invulnerable. Or D. It'll dress up Captain Quark in a pink tutu.
Braden,
Yes, Braden.
I'm pretty sure it's D.
I'm pretty sure you're correct.
Yeah!
The pink tutu.
I loved Ratchet and Clank 3. That was my, total jam. The thing that made me love Ratchet and Clank. I got it for Christmas from my nan and pa. They didn't realize that the title of the game said Up Your Arsenal. Which is
Excellent.
hilarious.
Did
and
you point it
bless
out to
them. Yeah, the second I unboxed it, I was like, oh my god, cool, Ratchet and Clank 3 Up Your Arsenal. And they were like, what?
So, what'd you say?
And I was like, yeah, look. And they hadn't realized that below the title, it said that. Gold. And yeah, immediately became one of my favorite games. I then went back and we played all the other Ratchet and Clank games, all 2 of them. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank 3, I remember doing all the cheat codes after finishing the game and stuff. And the only reason that stood out to me is because I do remember Captain Quark being in a pink tutu.
Next one's from Townsy. Michael
Thank
Towns.
you
Game
for
Boy
that one.
Games.
Thank you for that one, Dylan.
Patreon producer, Michael Towns.
Michael
Towns. And if you would like to be a Patreon producer, you can. Very
If you would
shortly.
like
And
to
you
be
should.
Michael Towns.
Here we go. The Sega Dreamcast is well known for its iconic swirl logo. But what other shape heavily influenced the console in its design stage?
Oh.
A. Circles. B. Triangles. C. Squares. Or D. Teardrops.
Oof. I think that was the Sega fans after that console. Braden,
Yes, Braden.
I'm gonna say triangles.
I'm going to say you're on fire, Miladio.
Oh, bugger.
Correct!
Hell yeah!
And there's a little bit of a note annotation here. Michael Towns wrote, to quote Akitoshi Oikawa, lead designer of the console, quote, the point of the triangle points towards the player, representing how the games and online content were to be player-focused. From the console, straight to the player.
Yeah, right.
But then the start button on the controller points towards the Dreamcast. That represents how, in response, the players reach out and connect with the console.
This console really was ahead of its time, though, wasn't it?
Then Michael Towns also writes, then a short time later, Sony's philosophy was a lot simpler and took a lot more circle shape, like a DVD movie. And the rest is history. When first announced... Oh, well, no, that's the next question. So there you go.
Just some wanky shit.
Yep.
Hashtag this by the designer. Very good.
I like that that's Townsy shortening his own summary that he gave.
Some wanky shit. Very good.
All right, here we go. Number 4. You're killing it tonight. Woo! People. All right, here we go. Number 4. When first announced, Tears of the Kingdom was only referred to as Breath of the Wild 2, as its real title would contain spoilers. But then it came out and it was Tears of the Kingdom. I went, well, where's the spoiler? It's because it wasn't the original title.
Oh.
What was the original title? Was it A, Legend of Zelda, Tears for Fears? You okay there, Braden?
It just caught me off guard. I wasn't expecting it on the first one.
B, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. C, Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Dragon. Or D, Legend of Zelda, Tenacious Z.
All right, Zach.
Tenacious Z. Come on, that's the best
Tenacious
fucking pun I've
Z.
ever written.
That
That
was
deserves a
not
bigger
bad.
pop than
It's a
that.
bit of a stretch.
Are you kidding me? Tenacious D?
Tenacious.
Tenacious Z? It's brilliant.
Is it Tears of a Dragon?
It is Tears of the Dragon. Dragon.
Dragon.
Rock the Dragon. Dragon Ball Z.
Possibly one of the greatest opening. Because, yeah, again, I've not played it, but I'm pretty sure there's a big-ass dragon in it. Ganon turns into a dragon, does he not?
He turns into a beast.
Oh. Does it look like a dragon?
Someone
Not-
turns into
I remember
dragon.
a dragon circling over something.
There are 4 dragons in the game.
Okay, so I'm not crazy.
Yeah.
Someone turns into a dragon.
No spoilers, Braden.
They might wait. Oh no, is this a? Oh no.
Did you say it turned into a dragon?
There's a song by someone called Tears of the Dragon. It apparently goes for 6 minutes and 25 seconds.
Jesus Christ.
Whew.
Anyway, at the end of that round, we've got Jazz on 1, Angie on 3, me on 6, Zach, you're on 8, Braden's on 15, Anto's on 14, and Floppy's on 19.
Woo!
Hell yeah.
Ooh.
I did all right that one.
You did.
did.
You kicked some booty.
Hell yeah. All I needed was a question about my favorite game. I did it.
And all I needed was a question about a game that was way before your time.
Yeah. Whoa.
Zach, what do you want to plug?
Well, might as well plug my Twitch, even though it's dead in the water at the moment. Thanks, internet service providers. You bastards. So twitch.tv/Zach_Sabbath. I know
like.
this is where everyone turns off, myself included.
Anti-service provider.
Yep, yes. Or Instagram, TikTok, Zach_Sabbath. Check me out. Cut one of the best promos of my life there. You should watch that because it's awesome.
This one.
Not that one.
No, not that one.
Not one lower.
Oh.
Where am I? That one, I think. Yeah.
Ooh. Okay.
Where I announce if I don't win this tournament that I'm in, I'm retiring from professional wrestling forever.
Ooh.
Taking up Twitch streaming full time, which
Yeah.
is why so
Yeah,
worried.
so mad. But yeah, check me out there. Lots of reels, lots of content. Please. Appreciate it. Follow me on Twitch.
You should. And you should also check Zach out at the RCW shows because
Yes,
it's a good
100%.
time.
Riot City Wrestling.
You should check him out because I filmed part of this one.
He did. He did a great job too.
Thanks. I
You
tried.
never compliment me on my job, Zach.
Anyway, Brady did a great job.
There, that's my camera angle. Cool.
Yeah. Like, again, you didn't capture any ropes. You actually did a legitimately good job.
I tried.
Yeah.
I tried.
It was very good. Very crisp.
Come out to the next Goodwood show.
Good show. But yeah, we're really trying to push our YouTube channel at Riot City. So yes, please check us out, Riot City Wrestling on the YouTubes.
And there's a couple of old interviews there with me.
Yes.
Actually outdrew some of the wrestlers' promos. So, you know, not saying that I'm the best on the mic that there ever is, but, you know, the best on the mic that there ever is. Anyway, Braden, what do you got to plug?
You can go greenlightcomics.com. Please go check it out. It's a good time. It's my day job. That's great. I also do a movie and TV show podcast whenever I can get my friends together to actually do it. So I don't think we've done one recently. But the last one we did was about Alien Romulus.
Any good?
I still haven't seen it, unfortunately.
As if you're going to see it.
No, this is the weird thing. I actually quite like Alien and Aliens.
Really? Well,
So-
they're brilliant films, so that's fine.
The one thing I have heard about Alien Romulus is that it is actually quite fucking scary.
Dude, I've seen. Yeah, have you seen the guy that got playing the main monster in that bad boy?
Yo. Yeah.
Big person?
It's like 7'11".
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like monstrous. He plays basketball. What a surprise!
Yeah, who'd have guessed? But
In the
yeah,
basket.
you can check that out. But yeah, otherwise, greenlightcomics.com. Check it out.
And you can see me over on Super Retro Squad, where I go out looking for stuff and find it and then buy it with my money. Funnily enough, this weekend, we got the Gawler swap meet down at Princess Park,
Very nice.
which is like a racing track, but there is just hundreds of people who just pull up in their cars and just empty their boot full of household stuff. It's amazing. It's on once a year. I cannot wait to get down there. It's going to be great.
Ben's going to be there at 2 a.m.
No. So we've gotten friendly with some of the stallholders who go to Paraka markets because we're there
Ben's
every
going to
weekend.
be couch surfing with some of these people who hold stalls.
No. So basically, they go down there the night before and stay the night in their cars, so they get the best spot.
Damn.
And then what he said was, "Oh, well, you know where I was last year." I went, yeah. He goes, "Well, at 6 o'clock, come and find me, and I'll just say you're there to help me and get you in, and then that way you can go around and look at all the stuff before the doors open."
What
Wild.
Chad
My
move.
God.
So hopefully he can do that. He's the guy who, if you've ever watched any of the Super Retro videos, he's the guy that wiggles his finger at me whenever he's got something. He goes,
very
"Oh,
good.
hang on," and yeah.
He knows he's about to make some money.
Well, it's got to the point now where me and Julian, who I go hunting with, Ghost Games, like whenever he does the finger waggle, we go, "Whoa!" I get all excited because this means he's got something. But it's a fun time.
That's awesome.
Had some really good pickups recently, including that Time Crisis cabinet, which is right behind me
So
now.
good.
Oh, like I never used to think I got really good bargains. Then the other day I was thinking about, oh, hang on, I actually get kick-ass stuff. But I hunt for it. I work for it.
He does.
I do.
Absolutely.
And you know who else works for it? Our wonderful Patreons who we want to thank.
Yes, absolutely. Those
absolutely
wonderful Patrons.
Seth, a.k.a. Sutek, Ash Knight, Karen Knight, Dylan the Villain, Triple Indy, Michael Towns, and Game Boy Dad.
Game Boy Dad. So if you would like to help us out, you head on over to Patreon. Actually, don't do it now because I've started to change
Yeah, I was
some
going
stuff.
to say, wait, it's
Yeah.
going to change.
It is. Well, not too much because I've done most of it. But
Good
we'll
work.
talk about that after the show. But in the words of our wonderful guest host, Zach Zabeth, take us out, Zach.
Beer.